morning, everybody. Let's get started, please. Why don't you go ahead?
Good morning. So today, first thing I work on Danny and Sontel sent me some correction regarding welcome new user join message. So time was coming in different format like UTC, right, Danny? So we change it to PST. Then after also we were sending birthday as a whole full date, but Sontel told me only send here there. So we made those changes also. And one thing Lija and also someone asked so gender there, but we are not capturing gender. How we will? So it is not possible to send gender. No?
Who's it a question for?
Yeah. So Danny, you can also
I can.
select. Hmm.
I
So
heard you changed the time for me.
yeah. So I change it, but Lija want to send gender also of a person who joined.
We don't.
Well, we
That.
don't know the gender of the person who joined.
Yeah, yes, we don't know the gender of the person.
Yeah, so don't worry about that.
Okay. Yeah. So that thing it's deployed on Jerry, it's deployed on the prod also, no?
Yep.
Okay. And I'm writing test cases also. So you can assign me some more tasks for tomorrow.
Okay. You got the Android build pushed, Danny?
Android is in review. iOS is having a little bit of an issue because you have a product page in review already.
What page is that?
I think it's the RAD one. I haven't confirmed yet, but
I
I
thought
just
that was already. They already said they didn't like the video or something.
they did, but it's still technically in review.
Okay.
So we need to either pull it down.
Well, yeah, because it's already rejected. So,
Okay.
what happened to the Android build yesterday? Was there a problem with it? Ismail, Ismail, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Should be up. No?
Yeah, yeah. But was it not working yesterday?
No, it was. I there's always a manual step that I set it because it was late night and I set it and I always forget to just do the last manual step because you have to go back, download the build, and then go manually upload. With iOS, you just run it on Git and it uploads. With this one, there's you have to download the build after it's done and then you have to upload it manually.
Okay.
So sometimes if it's late at night, I just either go to sleep or I forget about it. I get distracted because as I wait for it to build. So
Okay.
no,
But that one doesn't have a lot of big changes in it, right?
it's mainly um, the WhatsApp changes that Amine had. Um, that's the main thing. Other than that, it has a little bit of the improvements, like the edit profile and the refactoring of the onboarding, but it doesn't have um, the other changes I had in build 86. So I had to, yeah, that one, unfortunately, when I merged it with another branch, there was just a line of code that broke because I combined two branches together, which I fixed now. So I'm going to have it up today, but I just want you guys to finish with the 87 before I do that.
Okay. Yeah, Todd, if you could download 87 and make sure everything's working well, especially with the onboarding.
Not a problem.
Okay, thanks. Okay. Ismail, why don't you continue for us? What else do you have to update?
Yeah, so I was just kind of finishing up testing on the cache changes that I made because, like I said, it's just going to be a bit complex. I did a bit of refactoring there just to get it to work with, going to lobby and back and so on. So I'm almost done. Just needed to do one last step, and that's when you send a group of messages together. Let's say you send 4 images, and then you close the app, so technically all 4 of them fail. Um, you would see a retry under each one, which is not true. So if you click remove, it'll remove all. If you click retry, it'll retry all the which is wrong technically. So I have to only show one retry remove and then somehow visually group them and still show that they're did not upload. So um, yeah, I'm just triggering that part out without breaking everything.
Okay.
So after I have that done, I'll push. Well, it's going to be build 88 now, which is going to be the new 86 plus some improvements.
Okay.
So the same list applies that I said yesterday on development to test
Gotcha. For the next build.
for the next build. Yeah, I just have some minor improvements I need to that I again as I test more and more I see these things.
Okay, sounds good. Anything else you want to add?
Other than that, no. I'm just I'll be ready to maybe wrap up that the the media stuff, like the how we have the images take on the full screen and the videos autoplay. But I would if as soon as we get the new architecture and I can start wrapping that PR
Okay.
up.
Yeah, that sounds good. We're going to talk about that here soon. Okay, thank you. Jerry, let's get your update.
Yep. Hey John, did you ever hear back from that person who was helping us yesterday? Do we have any more info on those WhatsApp invites?
No.
Okay. That's no, we spent a lot of time on that yesterday, but I was able to finish the WhatsApp API integration. However, the API, the trial for the API, we had a 3-day trial that expired. I pinged Danny to add some billing info to it. That way we can continue to use the API. Is that what we're going to do, right? We're going to use the API to see if the number's on WhatsApp?
That's one. Yeah. That I guess that was the main thing because we're going to have a slight front end UI change to where if you have two numbers to choose from, it would show you under the number, like if it's WhatsApp or SMS.
Oh, okay.
That was the one use case. I think there was one other use case where it was important, but I can't remember. I don't know if Amine remembers. If there was another way we're going to apply that.
Okay. Actually, I might need to get with Amine on that part about seeing if a number is WhatsApp or SMS. Because I think right now he's just returning the phone numbers. Like we send it in the list of the contacts, and then you click a contact, and then you just take the phone numbers that are provided there. But since we are going to need an API call to determine if the numbers are in WhatsApp or not, I think we might need another query that he passes a contact to me, and then I query both of those numbers in the WhatsApp API and get whether or not they're in the app, because I can't do it for just your entire contact book. That's not
I'm a
ideal.
little bit confused. Is
Well,
it more like we already have like that sending method?
we were going to check it only when there was two or more numbers to choose from. Remember in onboarding I mean, when it would say like which number do you want to choose? That way Jerry doesn't have to check the whole contact book. He can just check if that number is in WhatsApp.
Okay, so this is like for the model. Like this, all the stuff is for the model where we show two
That's-
numbers.
Yeah, that's the one I remember the application we're going to use it on was going to be, if it says which number do you want to use to invite, right? So
Yeah.
one of them was in WhatsApp in your case and one of them wasn't.
Yeah.
But wasn't there another application use case we were going to have this for? The API, do you remember it?
I don't remember. I like to check if the phone number is a WhatsApp or not. It was only for that. For I guess
Yeah,
that.
for the singular number, the API is doing that when you call the check phone number. So yeah, we're just adding it in another place.
Okay, so what else do you need for that?
I'll make an endpoint. I mean that you'll pass a contact to me, and it's gonna be similar. I think it's gonna be similar to that check phone number.
Mhm.
It's going to support multiple numbers.
Mm. Um, yeah, I was thinking like maybe if it's gonna be already there, but you said you cannot bulk do it for all contacts.
Right. I can't do it for the whole contact book.
Mm-hmm. So that mean there will be another loader in that module, John. Like when the model is there, if yeah, and the model is there only when there's two phone numbers.
Sure. Yeah, it's just to fetch those. That's probably okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you remember was there another application for this API?
Nothing I can recall. I mean,
Yeah. Same.
Mhm. I mean, it's not like this is going to be a big game changer. So I wouldn't put a high sense of urgency, but the most urgent is just making sure that new WhatsApp stuff that made it in build 87, does it have all the backend support it needs, Jerry?
I mean, like, you're asking if the backend is deployed to prod?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So everything that we were doing to improve the phone number lookup, it's all ready to go, right?
Yeah. Now, I will say for the WhatsApp API part, though, I do need Danny to add the billing info. I disabled it for now. It's a easy click to turn it back on once I get the billing info, so it doesn't interfere with it.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. What else?
The other thing that's going to take my time today is the feed. I know you sent me something Sunday that the feed was getting pretty slow, um, and I know exactly kind of why it was. So Danny and I, Chantel, we were on a call and we were going through the Discover feed, and we find that there are people, especially when it gets really close to the leaderboard cutoff, they start going and they start favoriting a bunch of things, and that just clogs up the Discover feed, especially when you're like not following a bunch of people. So what we're doing to prevent that is right now I have the database calculating that if the same person appears 3 times in a row and you do not follow that person, to remove them from the feed, like to remove their subsequent post, you're only going to show the first 3 in the
Okay.
Discover feed.
Okay.
Now what's happening is there's a bit of extra calculation that's going on, trying to say, oh well, this person did this. So the solution is I want to make sure this is safe, though, is I can add basically a field to a feed card that says hide and discover, and I can do the logic to say if this person has favorited 3 things within 30 minutes or something, that starting with the 4th will hide that from the discover feed if you're not following. It'll just be a static field instead of calculated on demand. So that should increase the performance back of the discover feed.
Okay.
Um, Also, I was looking at Sentry. I think that seems to be the only thing that really was getting slow in Sentry. I see there's another thing about what's this? Profile share suggested users. This is new. Yeah, I see a couple new little things, little hotspots, some things that are slow. I'll give those a peek and see what happened there. Something about profile share suggested users. So that's the list of people that shows up after you favorite a profile on who you want to share it with.
Mhm.
And okay, yeah, and this error here is just about the system message, but this was only in build 84. With build 87 or whatever, it should be fixed. It was because of the misspelling of the version number, but that's already caught.
Okay.
Um, yep. And also, what we did is we set up an account for the new sales guy with limited access to the administrator portal for business management.
Okay.
Gave Danny the info. I guess he's going to run through with it today and let me know if he needs any changes made.
Okay.
Yep. And just got that card information tied to the WhatsApp account.
Sweet. Awesome. Appreciate it. And I will go ahead and get that turned back on. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
What else?
I think that's all I got for my end right now.
Okay. Thank you, Jerry.
Mm.
Amine, let's get your update.
Yeah, it was like I worked on that issue. If a user try to share to a WhatsApp says this phone number is not, it's not like a number in WhatsApp because it either the phone number has a wrong country code, it was like math formatted or something like that, and that issue was rooted like when a user upload the contacts, we incorrectly add a wrong country code that was based on the device language, which it's not the case for some users. So the fix right now is we're gonna rely on what the user did selected from the country picker while he's signing up. And if the phone number has already a country code in his contact book, that's good. We're not touching it. But if the user but if that phone number is just like a local phone number, we assign the country code from that picker the user selected because that would be his those like the local phone numbers, those are the country code for it. So yeah, and I did that for onboarding and also like inside when you use it add a contact manually,
Mm.
like
Mm.
yeah, that's
Now that
supposed to
was
be
already that was already done before yesterday, right?
done
You
done
worked on
before yesterday.
yeah, the I thought we had you already had
No, I
that.
was finishing working on it yesterday.
Oh yeah, okay, okay. I see.
And yeah, so yeah, and yesterday I like finished working on it. It's all there. It's merged in the latest build, so we can see it uh, and test
Gotcha.
it.
Okay. So that was when like we were working with Amit on WhatsApp and it said it couldn't find the phone number in his
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
contact
it's
zero.
perfect.
Yeah,
Yeah, this will fix it. Yeah.
that's right. You finished that yesterday. Okay, gotcha. Okay. And then now that's in 87.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. Okay. So yeah, what else?
Yeah, that was all for me. So yeah, we're gonna be watching this and see what's gonna yield. Also, like there's some login, like the work that I did where I logged the SHA certificate and all of that. It's in this build. Um, yeah, I'll be watching the session replay to see if any users having that issue, their issue with logging in. I'll be able to inspect now their SHA and see if it matches ours. And from there, we'll be having a little bit more insight on how to approach the other login issue.
Okay.
Um, yeah,
Which other logging issue? Login issue?
users from South Africa, they can't log in like with the Huawei phone.
That one, yeah. You have a plan how to approach it?
No, like there now in the build, there's logs
Oh, right.
that's gonna help us take the right decision to how to approach it.
That's true. In build 87, right?
Yep.
Okay. We still have zero, somehow zero invites accepted out of hundreds sent out. Um, can't be zero, obviously. Something, and it's like each day we don't get any closer to an answer. Um, I find that so unacceptable. I want to figure out why. I mean, I guess maybe some of this will change with Build 87. We just need to wait for the approval. Perhaps everyone was getting the same error when they opened WhatsApp and said it couldn't find the contact. Maybe it's as simple as that. But it seems like we'd have more than zero. And those logs, I mean, they're gonna. How far do? What all are we logging? Are we logging
We
anything?
we log in like that certificate to help with the login issue. That's when we log in, and to help with what is it? To help and we log like the RAM usage. How like this is for the issue where like sometimes you get the splash screen, and we said maybe it's the memory, so we log in the memory, and also we log in some logs to help the user to understand what's going on for the users that they are unexpectedly signed out.
Okay.
These are the logs that's there.
Okay. What and nothing around the invites though?
With invites, like we did a fix
Yeah.
as far as for the front end, like we suspect. I mean, like the first part is maybe the user is trying to share an invite to WhatsApp, and WhatsApp says this phone number is not there, even because we man formatted the phone number. Maybe that's why there's no invite are being sent, because like we don't know what happens inside WhatsApp. Maybe these just do send and he get hit by download and do cancel. He never send them all. Are we like do we have like a confirmation of some users where like they said, yeah, I did send the link, but the user did not get it?
We don't have anything definitive. It's just real.
Yeah, so it
Yeah.
might be that. It might be this case because that was like happening for a lot of phone numbers. So
That
especially
in WhatsApp, the link might not be received.
no, I'm not saying about the link. The user is not able to send the link even, you know?
Well, yeah, like even if the phone number is found in their contacts, you think?
No, if it's founded in their contacts and it was matched and everything,
Mhm.
I think the user will just press send on his phone.
Yeah,
That's it. But
yeah,
what if I'm saying like the issue that we're facing and we fixed is the reason of like invites are not being sent because a user press on an invite will be directed to WhatsApp. WhatsApp says this phone number is not there. It just cancel, you know.
yeah.
But for us, we reported it as it was sent.
Well, yeah, because we just
Hmm.
do that on the click. Yeah,
So maybe after this change we did, like it will help. I'm I'm not saying it's gonna help the entire thingy, but I'm
yeah,
saying it might help.
yeah. Better than zero. It should help more.
Yeah, yeah, because like we're fixing it now.
Yeah. 72 were sent yesterday, Jerry. 29 clicked the link.
Mm-hmm.
Where were those people located? The ones who clicked the link. That's 29 link clicks, zero installs. That's just an insane ratio that is persisting all month long now. We're halfway through October. What is going on? um, I mean, let's talk about some more strategy stuff. So, um, okay, so Android, these lower end Android devices are more in some of the other countries. We're seeing them more and more. I do want to fix that the cutoff. I don't know if you looked at that yet, like where the button is getting cut off below the
No, I did not. Yeah, but I know what we're talking about. Yeah, I can focus on that today.
there's that. Also, let me ask you this. How how much of a benefit do you think we'll get if we I noticed like some of the session replays there in the console logs it says contacts allowed. It's like a brand new install. So because like it's Android 10. Um
Mm-hmm.
two-part question. Should we skip that step? And also because we're not skipping that step, didn't we theorize there may be um an actual problem at that step?
Well, if we already have in their contacts, nothing's gonna be a problem there.
Well, what if it is? Because we already got the permission and then we're asking for a permission. There's like we're asking, like trying to access a modal that probably doesn't exist on Android OS 10.
Well, I'll have to get an OS 10 and see what's going on, but Yeah.
That would
Trying
actually be
to.
a good idea. I meant to
It's
bring
like
that up
if
today.
there's still a thing. If the API we're using it returns granted for these cases, then we're good. We don't have a problem. If maybe it returns like a value that we're not expecting, like like a unknown or something that we're not like looking for, maybe, uh, which I don't know like what the API does in this case, but I'll have to try it on an Android 10 and something like that and see what's how the app behaving in this case.
Yeah, that would be great if you could get one because it might tell us a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Sure
Right.
it's- I'm sure it's really cheap. We'll reimburse you for it. Um, I put uh, into the development channel yesterday. There's a screenshot. This is what I was talking about here. Current step phone. I underlined it there, and then it says is contact permission enabled true. It says true, so that means we had it, but they weren't even at that step yet, right? If you go in the development channel, it's 3:30 my
Yeah.
time.
Like Sunday, you send this Sunday, like on development channel.
Yeah, it was Sunday. Yeah,
Yeah, there's a screenshot where you like you had like
yeah.
let me
Let's go through this real quick. So like they're at the phone step, right, in the console log there, and
give me
then
a second.
mm,
We talking about this one or no?
oh, I don't know. I'm looking at my screen. Let me see. Are you sharing your screen?
Yeah, I'm sharing my screen. So this is development. I'm going like from messages where you share the screenshot.
Yep.
I'm
Go
going
up
to find in this
right there.
or
Mm,
this
Yeah,
one.
yeah. So this is an Android 10
Mm-hmm.
OS, and they are only on the phone step
Mm-hmm.
as like they just entered a phone number. But it appears we have the contacts, and it appears we have the count. The like Jerry could confirm this. Like we got 282 contacts. Is that right? Which is really interesting because how did we get that without even like? Do we get it at that step?
Okay, let me look up this session. Did this user? I think it did not ever get.
They did not get all the way through onboarding, but
All
we
right. Uh, so I'll tell you what's going on. Yeah,
yes.
it's never like. So this contacts
There was a
count.
second. There was a
This,
second
this,
replay there.
yeah. So let me just. So this
Okay.
contacts count. What
Mhm.
it says we found this number of contacts.
Mm,
That's it. We did not upload it. We did not. We do it like because
like
like this is you can see it keeps happening like not every moment and then
yeah,
because like it's at the top level of this
it's-
everything it's like at the top level of the onboarding and this is where the log is coming from and again it just says we found this number and that's it. We did not upload it, we did not do anything with it,
gotcha.
but we saying like for this one we have his contacts book like
No,
his
I don't know. I was saying Jerry could confirm that. I was wondering if we got it, but you see,
mm,
he's
no yeah, the uploading happens, there's only 10 seconds.
mhm.
The uploading happens after the user
And
authenticated.
play this here. I want to know. I would also like Jerry. What we really should do as a proper what's the word I'm looking for, a, a structured approach to investigation is take a case, and this is how I built our other company Tech to You, where we would run through a whole customer's journey from end to end and turn over stones along the way of like what happened, what could have done better, we could have done better, what did we do right, where did we go wrong, if it ultimately the goal when the phone rings at Tech to You is a customer, we want to book the appointment. That's the ultimate goal. When Todd and I started the company early on, we would hire people to answer the phones, and the way they'd answer the phone is they'd say, "Hi, thank you for calling Tech to You," and the very first question is, "How much do you charge?" And without training, people would just answer $199 and just pause. And then the other person says, okay, thank you. I'm going to call around. And then they're gone. Now, that phone call cost money. The phone didn't ring magically. And the reason we succeeded all these years is because we looked at this from the first click. This is kind of what I'm talking about here. Instead of a phone call, this is an install, and it's basically the same thing. This install costs money. It wasn't free. And every single one of them costs money. And if we booked every single job through Tech2, we're talking $200 per job. That makes a big difference. If you book an extra job a day, 30 days in a month, we're talking $6,000. Just one extra job per day, $6,000. What if it's 10 extra jobs per day? $60,000 in a month. These things add up. And this is what I want to start getting better at right now is understanding why one particular user had a problem instead of we're kind of jumping around a lot. Like in this case, we have the tools, we have session replay and Sentry, and we have amplitude. And if they're in the app, we can reach out to them. And sometimes we can reach out to them if they're not in the app. But I would like to have Jerry team up with us just on this one for now. And let's look as far as we can into this. I want to know if this user even got an auth code from the session replays. I can't tell. Can you tell? I mean,
Let me see. Okay.
and if he didn't, why not? He's trying. He came back
No,
twice.
this is not. He came back. I think this is the same session. It just
He might have backgrounded it after this first one.
yeah. No. Like you see how these 10 seconds. This should be in here, but session
Sometime.
replay. Yeah,
Sometime. It could
I'm
be
saying
5 minutes.
sometimes.
Yeah,
But
it could
like
be 5
this
minutes, fine.
case, this case, like this user, this session replay, the user did not came back. Like we can verify that right now.
Yeah,
Like
if you click on the first one,
yeah, you see, like look at the
yeah,
timestamp
you can
here.
hover over the time. It's 9:03. I know I do this all every day.
Yeah, so 903, this is 906. You can see it.
Yeah,
This
actually, it looks like he probably did come back after a small break, but
yeah.
neither here nor there.
Mm-hmm. I
He
agree.
he's attempting to use the Circles app. This
Yep.
this person
Yep.
has intent. They downloaded it. That cost us money. There's an old saying in the car business: a guy don't come on the lot if he ain't looking to buy. So if a guy walks on the car lot, he's looking to buy. He's not stretching his legs. So they say, that like a car lot is the most aggressive form of sales. That's where they're like trying to sell, sell, sell. And but it's a lesson of how do we capitalize on our opportunities. And a guy doesn't download the app if he doesn't want to use it and starts onboarding, like there's intent to use it. So this person has intent and I want them all in. We're getting thousands and thousands of downloads, but only a fraction really truly making it all the way in, and then less than that of us really capturing them. But I can only do so much. I can get the phone to ring, I can get them installing, but I can't do the technical part of it. And just like I'm not the one answering the phones to text to you, but if I can train them to not say the price we charge and just pause, instead say, what kind of problem are you having? Because they'll say, how much do you charge? Oh, what kind of problem are you having? Now we got them talking. Just that little tiny change open the door to more bookings, right? So same here. Investigating, turning over stones of we're why we're failing to close these transactions is going to boost our sales and our opportunities tremendously. So I want to know why they're failing. These guys have intent. These aren't bots, right? This is a human being. It's a human being trying to onboard with the app. So what are you looking at right now?
I'm trying to see like the logs why he did not get an SMS code.
Do a space after the 27.
The space. Yeah.
Also, that session replay was from 2 days ago.
Yeah, I need to.
Yeah, I wasn't able to find an API call. I did it for the past week.
Is that our fault? I feel like it might be. I feel like it might have something to do with Android 10. And I'm seeing a lot of phones with Android 10. So let's investigate. I want the answers to that. I don't want to just.
Here's a question, Amine. So go back to the session replay.
Mm-hmm.
Do we send when do we send the auth code? Do we send it before we show that little cool I'm texting code to this number? Or do we send it after they press OK?
After, like, we show it, then we do after sending it.
Okay.
Mhm.
So what happens there is that if they never close out of it, they never send the auth code.
No, it's not related if the user press OK or not. Like, we show it and we proceed. Like, we're not
Right.
waiting.
So the last thing I see here though is that the user has OK.
This is super misleading. They
Yeah, it could be it could totally be misleading here.
Yeah, we never get any registered anything on that. I don't know if we can. Could we add a console log to someone pressing that OK on the modal? Because that modal sits there far longer than the user actually sees it. And this is every single session replay on Android. That modal sticks around and blocks my view for what comes next. So it would be nice to know how quick they get rid of it and what they're doing next.
I think it'd be useful to add a log there.
Yeah, what do you think, Amine?
Yeah, so this is the remaining of this after the OK button.
Okay.
If you use a press on it, this is the remaining. So I'm trying to see here what's going on.
Okay.
It seems if this is the remaining, after a while it should be in the SMS step, but it's still, but there's no spinner here. So
Yeah, the spinner is also misleading. Like it probably is happening, like for him, like the guy.
yeah, but we don't see it here. Yeah.
That happens a lot, a lot.
But the weird thing is if the user press that, if like an actual request for an SMS code happened, we would see it in here. This is the logs from Google that everything goes through Firebase. I did the last week.
Did he
Not,
not? Do we not? We don't have confirmation that he pressed the forward. Actually, you don't need to press. No, you do need to press the forward button. Did we?
yeah,
Did he not press the? We don't know if he pressed the forward button.
the alert is a confirmation he did press the forward button.
Okay, so we have confirmation he pressed the forward button.
Then let me see the is valid phone. What did return?
Okay.
I checked is valid phone returned it's valid.
Okay, so
Okay. So far so good.
then why we don't have like in
Exactly.
track
And
here?
how many? You know, this is
Mm,
this is why it's a good exercise to go all the way through the customer journey. Let's find out. I want to know why, and I want to fix it.
are we? Mm,
No, there's a space when you do
yeah, I'm just.
it.
I mean, I'm trying to see like why. Oh, maybe let me do the IP address.
Yeah, I was just about to ask. Do we have that
Yeah, we should have in here. Where is it? Should
client IP?
be-
Yeah.
okay. Um, let me filter that. I don't know, like what's the institution? I mean, phone number. Should be somewhere here. First, okay. So we never called it.
But
Why?
no, you have your look at your time range.
Oh yeah, let me.
That back to a week.
Yeah. Okay. Still zero results. The last week.
Zero?
So the user never like called, like, I don't know what happened. Let me go. What is it? Um, hmm,
Now we can be creative. Like we have his phone number because we can see it on the screen. Danny has WhatsApp. We can message him on WhatsApp and ask him to try again, ask him what happened. And I think we should be doing this uh, like every day until we get everything, all our questions answered. Um, so it's a team effort, a lot of different angles, but just investigating thoroughly. I want full investigations into our customers, the ones that are successful, but more importantly, the ones that are not successful.
Yeah, yeah, that will help if they reply to us.
Yeah, let me get that number. Danny, actually, you can see it in, I don't know if you can hear me, but
I can
in
hear
the,
you, but I've been messaging Todd on the side, and
okay.
we've been messaging users in the app actually trying to get them to write back and get some answers to what they're looking for when they first download and all that stuff. So
Cool, good. I have too. It's just hard to get straight
hard.
answers.
It's hard. I have a theory, but not enough data to.
Well, there's several things going on. This particular case, this user seems to have not gotten our auth code, and it seems to be our fault here.
Yeah, I'm talking about why they're downloading in the first place from South Africa and what they're looking for.
Sure.
I think a lot of these people are, looking up chat apps for love and sex and companionship.
I'm sure there's some of that. I'm sure there's people that are interested in social platforms that are new,
Yeah.
shiny, the ones that have positivity at their core. I don't, I was talking to your wife about this yesterday. Don't let one bad apple spoil the bunch, and don't get
No,
biased.
no. I
I don't think it's,
have other reasons to
it's
believe that.
predominantly that at all. In fact, I can give you more information. People aren't searching for circles there. Our ad is being served to people in a whole bunch of different platforms. So it's not like they have intent of like dating apps or looking for love. It's nothing like that at all. It's
Not even chat apps.
they're not searching.
Not
It's
even
being
searching.
served through the Google Display Network.
Okay.
So it's a whole bunch of everything. And I would take it as an aggregate of information, and but not blanket. You're not going to be able to profile every single person as one thing. It's all over the map. Um, there's going to be some of that, some of the dating thing, and they're the ones that are the most vocal, going like, "Are you single?" and this and that. So like you're getting again biased. But there's people that are shy and they don't say anything, and that's the majority of people. The majority of people don't say anything, so you're not going to get their opinion. See,
That's
so
true.
you're already, you have a skewed data set. But I can help with that. But it doesn't hurt to get the information. It also doesn't hurt to get people on our side when it comes to troubleshooting. If they're interested in assisting and they can help us troubleshoot, that's super valuable. So
Mhm.
that's what's good. Get in the add profile pictures and get more talkative and more engaging in chats. All those things help break the ice for the new users coming in. So just don't get tunnel vision.
No, I'm not. One person responded back actually and said, "I'm looking for love," and blah blah blah. And I
Yeah,
started.
that's one person. So
No, I know. I said I had limited data, um, but I just wouldn't be surprised.
yeah, well, you're forming a hypothesis.
Hmm.
The majority, and it's not rooted in stemming from any kind of searching or anything like that. Our ads are being served by algorithms, by on all and I can see the platforms going through the whole display network, whether it's apps, websites, Play Store, all kinds of things. But the display network is not a search. Like it's not like you go to the search bar. So
Yeah,
anyway,
that makes sense.
yeah, if you go up through Slack, you'll see a message from me on Sunday, and I said the guy's on Android 10. There's a screenshot. That phone number right there. This is where your investigations can be valuable. If you ask him if he was able to get an auth code, like why he stopped onboarding, and if you can message him on WhatsApp, maybe get him to.
One thing we got to figure out with WhatsApp is how I can be logged into it with Jerry logged into it because it boots me out when he's doing his thing.
You guys share an account?
Yeah, he used my account for his
Just get
connection.
you just get a different account. You put it on your Android. We need your Android testing anyway.
I don't have an Android, but yeah, I can get it.
Okay. Let's not let these little things be limitations.
Yeah, no, we can figure this out.
This is just far, far too important to sweep under the rug. This needs to be dialed. We are very close to unlocking some explosive growth, but it's not going to happen on its own. We have to make it happen. We have to fix
Yeah,
things that are broken,
with
and then
you.
we can only do that with information. And the faster we get the information, the better. Every day that goes by is a huge wasted day. All this costs money and time,
Yeah.
and then it's lost opportunity because we now have thousands of people in the app who think they invited people. They won't invite them again. So we're actually working against ourselves every day that we don't fix this. It's not just like a zero sum where it's negative. So grab that guy's number, see if you can get a conversation going with him, and we're gonna keep approaching this from different angles here. I mean, what do you have so far?
I'm trying. I'm trying to go through logs, everything to see what's going on. But last thing that I checked his amplitude. We have this event that says input completed. After this event, we immediately like call Firebase to request the SMS code.
Right.
We
Right.
don't do. I was like, maybe there was something that blocked from the code for the SMS request to happen. But the last thing that happened is like we track this event that we call immediately like Firebase. Like we don't have any code more.
So
So
why didn't it get called? And how many
yeah,
how many other people did this
mhm.
happen to? And what is the common link between those people? Is it all Android 10 OS? Is that the link?
That's what I'm trying to see if I find
Well,
anything in the logs or
Gary will help with this too. This is the troubleshooting process of elimination type of step-by-step approach we should be using in these cases. So let's go with um, why did it not get called, and then how many other people? Maybe Jerry, you could assist on that. How many other people, and is there a commonality between them? Because that'll tell us a lot.
Commonality between what are we looking at? Like users that did not get an auth code?
And users that had this exact same. I don't know if you can hear me. My computer's doing something weird. Can you guys still hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I have so many tabs open. Okay. Well, it didn't crash all the way. Like, still here. So, um, yeah, what we're looking at right here, this user, let me kind of, this user
Mm-hmm.
had a unique experience. But how unique was it? I suspect he's not alone. When you see one roach, there's many roaches. How many other exact scenarios happened in the last few days? And of those, what is the common thread? Are they all Androids? Probably. Are they all Android OS 10? Maybe. If that's the case, then we know where to look, like to zero in on something with the Android OS 10 is blocking that step.
So I can do this. Amine, can you go back and get me the IP address of that person?
yeah. Um,
194, what was it? Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
Maybe we can also get Ismail to assist in some of this too. And there's so many different approaches. Um, let me see where else we can investigate. One second. Maybe Ismail, while they're digging, perhaps you could consult with your AI tool. Like what with Android 10 may be responsible for
So you're breaking off a little bit. Can you repeat that?
You guys hear me all right?
Yeah, I can hear you. Sometimes you just break off.
Am I breaking up or is it breaking up?
If, I don't know. Is John breaking up for you guys?
Kind of, but I heard what he started with saying.
Okay. So, I want to get all hands on deck. So, Ismail, I'm thinking while they're investigating the breadcrumbs, maybe you could look into why, using your AI tool, why Android 10 may have a problem at that step and not calling the API for the auth code, maybe your AI tool could give you some hypotheses.
So just to have a better understanding of the problem, because I was working on the error task with Android 10 when they come to the authentication step. What happens
Yeah,
exactly?
I think you're the one cutting out.
I am cutting out.
Yeah.
Okay. Again,
Which
just
error?
to get a
Wait,
yeah.
real quick, which error task are you working on?
Oh, I'm finishing up the retry remove.
Oh, that
Just
one.
finishing
Okay,
up the
okay, okay.
styles.
I
Yeah.
forgot that wasn't complete. So yeah, let me don't. I don't want to distract you. When you're done with that, check back in.
Okay, I should be done within like 20 minutes or so.
I found that number and just used my real number. The spam is what it is at this point. So
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I mean they're not going to come find you, dude. They're around.
no, I know they're not going to find me. They just add me to these lists, and I've been getting a bunch of text messages, but it's manageable.
Who's adding you to the list?
My spam text messages kicked up like 10x when I started messaging people on WhatsApp, but I'll just delete them and report them. Hopefully they'll filter out.
Okay. Okay. So what do you got so far? I mean,
That was a female user, by the way. She is on WhatsApp, does have a profile picture on WhatsApp. So
cool. Good. Maybe we can get some help. I'm sure if we reach out to enough people, we'll get somewhere. The girl yesterday we were working with, she was misleading us. Turns out after you guys dropped off, Jerry and I stayed investigating, and she was sending an invite maybe to one number, but then using the auth code on her same phone she had already used earlier for a different account. So it was like there was nothing valuable in any of her information really. A little bit. Jerry did find one little problem with the green button invite, and that he did fix. So it wasn't a waste of time. But it just goes to show like it's really hard to get clear results from people, clear communication without sitting next to them over their shoulder. So keep that in mind. You're not always just because someone tells you something, don't take it as fact.
for sure.
So from what I see, I mean, I see a good bit, but not all of them are Android 10. Um, most of them are Android 10.
Interesting. What kind of ratio?
Let me see. There are how many users? This would be 200. Well, this is the last week. 224. Yeah, it's not something that I can quickly run an analysis on, but
You said over 200 is from what date?
it says past 7 days.
In the past 7 days, over 200 people stopped at that screen.
Yeah, well, I have where they dropped off in onboarding. So they completed the phone number input, but they did not finish their onboarding.
Uh-huh.
There's no way for me to
Well,
say
that could be like a lot of people in Jamaica who get the error 39.
I have it limited to South Africa for this.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah,
So
and it still could be other things
a
like
lot of them that I am looking at is like that's like their last event
right. I
session.
shoot a lot as well.
So
Yeah. And that's like one of the easiest things to get. Like if it works, no one has to think too hard about that. It's like they're not deciding anything. It's just like that's just a step of every app you authenticate with. And they wouldn't have entered their phone number and done all that if they weren't prepared to proceed.
mhm.
So that's a couple hundred people potentially in just a week.
Hmm. This person's on Android 8.
Yeah, and I bet Android 10 and below are going to be problematic.
There's not a bit of
Oh,
as far as the device manufacturer.
that screen that Amin was showing reminded me of a question I wanted to ask today. Amin or Jerry, that screen you guys just saw there. Remember yesterday the girl showed us her settings and it said the certificate wasn't allowed or whatever it said. The
Yeah, it wasn't authorized or something.
yeah. Can we detect it for them and then say and then like take them to settings and would that fix anything?
Well,
Hmm.
we can tell that they failed the app check.
Yes, we can tell that, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's because of that setting.
Mm, hmm.
And if we so this two-part question, if we could detect it and tell them that's the problem and they went and changed the setting, does that get them in? Because I don't think she got in after changing that setting.
No, you're right. They wouldn't always get in. They could try to update their play services, but that isn't a surefire way.
Yeah, but I was thinking maybe there's an alternative, like we can authenticate them a different way or something. Because I mean, if it's if we're talking a significant number of people, if it's it seems to be fairly significant. All right, we'll keep that in mind, and we'll come back to that. But um, as far as like the couple hundred people in the last week, you're saying they're all pretty much in the Android 10 or lower range?
Um, I'm looking. Like I see 12, 14, 11, 12, 10, 13, 12, 14,
Yeah,
14.
and some of those like this guy with Android 14, he could have had um, the auth token not validated, which could be a totally different thing. We really want to zero in on the guys like this one. I mean, you stop sharing your screen.
Yeah, I know. I'll be sharing again.
Okay. But we want to zero in on these guys that got to that step and the API was never called. Even though they hit the forward button and like Amin said, it's automatic at that point. It's instant automatic API call to Firebase.
Mhm. Yeah. So we don't log it that granular in amplitude. So
Can't filter by it.
I can't filter by it because it's not logged that granular.
Maybe there's a way to filter by it. I got surprised when we did that call with Sentry. She's like, "Oh yeah, you can filter by um, onboarding screens."
What are you looking to filter by, Jerry?
It sounds like what you want, John, by the users that
Yeah, that user got to. I don't remember what it said on Amin's screen there in Amplitude. It said, what was that very last thing when you press the forward button? I mean, what is that?
Like the phone number input completed.
Phone number input completed. We want to filter by phone number input completed, but then no more activity.
yeah, that's what it says. Phone number input completed.
Yeah,
We have that, but
but that's
that doesn't
everybody.
mean that we're not logging a Firebase error.
Right, but if we could filter those sessions by the phone number input completed, and then no more activity after that, those
Yeah,
are those are
that, yeah, but that doesn't mean that it could be miscellaneous errors. That's what I'm doing here. Let me do. See, can I
well, we do know the main error is there was no call to the AP. Like, it didn't. The step that's supposed to happen didn't happen. The the API call never even got initiated.
Okay, wait. I've found this funnel, but let me share this tab with you.
So just a quick update. I think I finished with the styling. Looks good. I'm gonna push build the 88 for testing. And that would include the risk stuff. I'm gonna have it only for iOS now because I don't want to block Android testing for 87.
Okay. You know, I actually like that border a little darker, Ismail.
You did? Okay,
Yeah.
you want it all the way dark?
Yeah, because I mean it's an error, so red is good. You made it like more orangish. So yeah, red is I think red's better.
Okay, I can put it back. I thought maybe too much.
No, it's good. It should stand out as a error.
All right.
That's good. Okay, cool. Thank you. Let's get
You
Chantel
already
to
used
download.
82.
Wait, real quick, Chantel, can you download 87 and onboard with it and make sure build 87 on Android's working well?
I did about a half hour ago, and it was fine.
Okay,
I
good,
didn't
good.
have any problems.
Okay, great. Okay, thank you. So keep playing with it a little bit. And what were you saying, Jerry?
Yeah, okay. I said I follow this by any event filter. So this is our drop off. We have 82 people who their last event is phone number input completed.
Okay.
But yeah, we still have 15, 13, 12, 12.
Okay, so that does get you those. And how many? This is how many
82.
in the last 7
7
days?
days. Mm-hmm.
Okay,
It's this little upper portion here.
I see. Okay. Now take a sample. Take one of those with it was like a newer Android OS,
Mm-hmm.
and I want to know if they what error they had because
What
well, actually,
error
better
they
way to-
had?
not so much that like did it call Firebase?
Okay.
Because sometimes it'll call Firebase and they just enter the code wrong and things like that. Actually, we
Mhm.
don't probably even see those events, but there could be other things like they just don't check their messages to go get the code. They might not be on Wi-Fi or whatever, but I have a feeling it's gonna end up being Android 10 and below that
Um,
nothing happens.
yeah, I was gonna say it's definitely related to Android 10 because like I was able to produce this issue here
Okay.
where users they having with the app check token. This is just an emulator with Android 10. I used my real phone number.
Oh,
Uh,
well,
I
there it
was
is. So how come we don't see that error on their session replay?
we do see it sometimes this error. I'm not talking this, so this is not related to the user that we investigated right now. This
Okay.
is related to the other
Okay.
users where they're not able to sign in because of the token.
Yeah. Why did your emulator get this?
Why my emulator did well?
Had this error?
Yeah, I mean, good. My emulator did it, so we can debug it and see what's going on.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So you don't know why?
Yeah, it is Android 10. Maybe it's just related to older Android versions.
Right. Right.
Well,
Right.
this is just happened for me right now. So this is new. I'm just sharing it. So oh,
Yeah. No, that's good. That's very
yeah.
good clue. So yeah, maybe it's all connected.
Yeah, I mean, for that user, we did not see the button spinning, which is weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm investigating this other case right now. Let me see. What happened.
Okay. While he's looking at that, Jerry. So then, of those 82 people, let's get information on them
Mm-hmm.
and take samples of each one. See which ones were just simply they just got lazy and didn't want to do anything more. And we don't need to really worry about that. We're not going to do much about that. But how many of them had some type of critical failure, and how what can we identify with that? In fact, we should know we should know by session replay if they get to the next screen, and that'll tell us a lot. So let's take a few samples and look at their session replays. Like
Mhm.
this, the user we're investigating here, he never got to the next screen. Like it was stuck on the screen. I mean, when they do the phone input verified app, is it supposed to navigate to, or does it wait to navigate after the Firebase call?
After the Firebase call, then we navigate.
That explains why he didn't navigate. So that'll
Yeah.
tell us a lot, Jerry. Anybody who navigates to the next screen, they are not having the same problem.
Mhm. Now, the fun part is finding a replay.
Yeah, that was another thing. Every time I want to see one that holds a lot of info, it's not there. It's so annoying.
Because, yeah, not everybody has the hottest
Yeah.
Android phone over there.
Well, I mean, you have to have one of the lowest to not get a replay. Everything mid and upper is all captured. It just happens to be the ones I'm trying to look at.
Mhm. So far, I'm 0 of 8 on finding a replay.
You're kidding.
Yeah, by the IP address.
Okay.
So far, nothing. Nope.
Okay, well, let's look at those phones. I'm curious what those ones you just looked at. What is their operating system? What and type of device? Are they Huawei? Are they Samsung? And
Galaxy A05.
let's look that up. What's the specs on it?
3 to 6 gigabytes of memory, released October 2023.
That one should show a replay. I mean, I know we cut it off at 4. You're happy to catch everybody that's less than 4 gigabytes of memory. Okay, let's look at the next one.
Mobicel 9. Never heard of that before.
Is that Android 9?
No, that's what it says. 3 gigabytes
Okay,
of memory.
that explains that.
Nokia.
You're not going to see session replays for 8.7, I mean, because those will only be developers. Where 8.7 is not live in the App Store yet.
Well, I I went to the App Store and install it as an internal.
Okay.
Yeah, so I should be seeing it.
For
I
yeah,
don't know.
our team can see. We'll have replays, but you won't see any public ones.
Well, so I'm confused. So this is how I install the app. I went
Yeah,
to the
I'm just
store
saying 87 is not publicly released.
and
If you're seeking replays from the public, you won't find them.
on mine, like the one that I did.
Sure, that's fine. I'm just pointing out
Oh
it's
yeah,
not, it's not publicly released.
yeah. So that's this should be like I'm expecting to have mine here, but it's not.
Yes, I
I
see.
don't know why.
What's the gigabytes of RAM on the emulator? Because we have a cutoff. Remember, I'm pretty sure we set it at a minimum of 4.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. Maybe that's what happened. Maybe.
Probably.
Yeah, probably. But okay.
But we do. I see plenty of Android 10 with OS 10, but then again, they're just on Androids with 4 gigs or better.
hmm Yeah, I see. Maybe this is why there's no such thing. Okay. I'll see if it's in here. Oh wow. Oh no, not this 17. Not this one. Yep. This should be mine. Yeah, this is mine. Yeah, there's no session replay. Mm, that's fine. Let me see.
Did you check the gigs? Gigabyte.
Yeah, it should be. That's the reason why. Let me see if there's any gigs. The RAM here. Where's the RAM? It's
two. Yeah, it's only two.
it's only two, so that's why.
Here it is. Okay.
But that's fine. I was wanting to see the logs, and this is what I was interested in, so that's fine.
We could probably set it to 3. I guess some of these phones have 3, and maybe we'll capture a few more of these, but we don't have to worry about that right now.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking. I saw there's an Android or Galaxy A23 that has 4 to 8 gigabytes of memory,
Okay. Found
but
one.
I don't see a replay for it.
Uh, okay. Dang. This whole project is like fighting with one arm tied behind our back underwater.
Unless we turn it on for even lower spec phones.
We can, but even then, you said this one is a higher spec phone, and we don't have one. It's one of those things.
I mean, is it 4 gigabytes is our cutoff?
It is 4, yeah. I remember.
Yeah, it is. Well, I mean, we're gonna real quick right now. Index and yeah, it's 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that one you just found, Jerry, should have had a replay.
Yep, this one has 8 gigs. Okay, I can see app check token is invalid. I found this one.
Okay. Okay, so that's not the problem this guy had. And it's a newer phone that tracks. We know the Android 10 has a problem. Amine just recreated it. One problem he recreated on his emulator, but I suspect there are other problems leading. Maybe some of those link clicks, those invites, maybe they would have resulted in accepted invites, but they got. Well, no, we would see a download. No, we wouldn't see a download, would we? Because they couldn't validate. Yeah. Dang. Okay. So yeah, maybe more people would have got in, but it just seems too coincidental. They have to all be Android 10 and below, like, or other issues too. I guess I don't know. Another way to approach this, though, Jerry, is with amplitude. So if you can't see it on session replay, you can see it in amplitude. So what steps happened after? So like the one you just
Okay,
found.
what you're on my screen right now is amplitude.
Let me look. Okay. Are you sharing?
Yeah.
Um,
I have amplitude, and that's how I'm getting all this. Is I'm looking at the people. The last thing they did was phone number input completed.
yeah. Now the one you came across where it said the auth token wasn't verified.
What I have to do is I'm finding them, and for each of them that I find,
Yeah.
because I can't find a session replay, I have to find the IP address,
Mm-hmm.
paste that. I'm in another tab right now. I'm pasting it into Sentry
Yeah.
and seeing if I can find any trace.
Oh, I know why you're not finding them. That guy probably does have a session replay. We don't always get the IP address. In fact, more often than not, we don't in Sentry.
But Sentry should still link the session replay,
Not by IP.
not
address.
on the IP address, but if I can query into, because it always gets the IP address on back end calls, but the session replay is on the front end.
Okay.
So what I should be able to do is I should be able to backtrace
Into
back-end
Sentry
calls into getting a session replay.
by going direct with Sentry's like main dashboard versus replay.
Yeah, let me
Okay.
expand to the whole window real quick.
But I suspect if we looked at that exact time of that onboarding, we would find his replay.
Possibly. Let me just window, is this it? Trace details. Yeah, so I'm going in here. I'm saying, okay, this is their IP address.
Yeah.
Go here, go to Sentry, go back and call for this IP address, click into it.
Yeah.
and
I
I
know, I get what let's not spend too much time because there's other ways to validate some of this. So, for instance, you concluded this guy had an error from Firebase,
Yeah, this one on the
so therefore Firebase was called.
yeah.
Right. The problem we're trying to investigate is why was Firebase not called?
Was Firebase not called? Yeah.
Yeah. So any time Firebase was called, which amplitude will, or I don't know how you do the check on that. Like if a token or not token, if a auth code was sent
Yep.
or
I can only go by events in Amplitude.
okay, so you can go by the event of us calling Firebase.
No, that's not an event. The
What is that?
events are the things that are the events that we manually configure in here.
Okay. How did you determine this guy got the error?
I didn't determine he got an error from Amplitude. What I had to do is I went in, took his IP address, plugged it into Sentry, client.ip, went to here. Then I got these calls. I clicked into it. And for that user, at the end of it, it had where the front end for his session threw an error. Whereas right here, all we have is his trace, and I don't see an error here.
What was the
Fire-
front end through an error? You said.
Yeah, let me try to go back and find it.
Okay. So
Yeah, here. So you can see here, he doesn't have a session replay, but you can see here where it says Firebase app check token invalid.
okay, so we can eliminate that. So and also happens to correspond with newer Android OS. So if we go look at some of the other ones, did they get that error or nothing? No API call at all.
So people who did not get the error is what you're saying.
Yeah.
So yeah, let me go. I went through these. Let me go through this one. Okay. So the last thing we have is here, and now we got to go into Firebase, and now take the number and plug it in the Firebase. And the code was sent here.
Code was sent. Okay, so this guy disqualifies. And what operating system is that guy on?
Android 15.
That tracks. Let's look at an Android 10.
Okay. Okay, here's one.
Okay, and let's see if anything happened.
App check token invalid.
So he got the error. So he got Firebase called and had an invalid app token. What kind of device was this guy on? Do you know?
Android Galaxy, Android 10.
Samsung.
Yep.
Samsung. It's not a Chinese phone. App token invalid. Like the thing we just started enforcing a few days ago.
Yep.
Samsung. That's not good. And this is what, October 7th? Or no, wait, what was the date?
11th.
11th. October 11th, 3 days ago. Pretty much the day we started doing it. Okay, that's not good. I don't care if like some Chinese phones don't make it. At the moment, I don't care. I mean, I do care, but like I'm willing to sacrifice some. But like if we're also excluding more traditional devices that should be in the clear, it's a problem. So this guy could have, for all we know, clicked on one of the invite links, right?
Could have.
Right. Why would a Samsung fail the authentication? He'd have to be side loaded or whatever, right?
Or he has out of date play services.
Can we do a check and console log that going forward?
That's for Amine.
I mean, can we do a check and console log if they're authentic? What did you call the services out of date?
The play service.
If their play service is out of date, not certified?
What we can know is if it's available and we already log it. Like
We
if
do
the
already.
place, if there is like a play service available, but not like if it's expired or not. Also, I don't know what they mean by play service available. So let me. We don't. If
That's
there's documentation around it, I know like we're doing it somewhere here. Give me a second. Okay.
and that wasn't exactly what it said on that error that girl had yesterday. It was let me double check. Play Store version.
It's available on device.
Oh, sorry. Play Protect. It's Play Protect certification. Device is not certified. That's the error this guy just got, right, Jerry?
Yeah.
The one we were just looking at. Okay.
Yeah, was
So,
that his?
yeah.
Yeah,
Play,
after token.
yeah. It's called Play Protect certification. So
This is different. This is play service.
yeah, let me send this to you back into development. It's in development right now, but I'm just gonna send it again so we can all look at. You got to look at the very last thing down on the bottom there. I just
Mm-hmm.
shared it. So Play Protect certification. I want to log that.
Let me see if it's possible to log it because I don't know.
Because this guy, I don't know if it's this guy, but the one we were just looking at had a Samsung. That's not a Chinese phone. So he's not going to the Huawei app store. Presumably, he's going to the Google Play Store. So why did he get the invalid auth token?
It stands for physical devices, not an app building. This is only direct to development. That's fine. I don't know why. Oh, deducted. Yeah, right, yeah. Google Apps, like Google Play Store. Okay, this is interesting. Only play processors are eligible to include Google Apps, like the Google Play Store app. If your device isn't play, Google doesn't have a record of the device. This is interesting. So that user that has the Play Protect certificate expired means they don't have Google Play based on this. They
They don't
don't
have
have Google Play Store app. If they have it somewhere else that it's not like official, like from Google services. Like only Play Protected server devices are eligible to include Google apps, like the Google Play Store app. So I don't know.
What do you say? Because the one I'm looking at says device is not certified.
And here it explains if not certified, that device is not eligible to include Google apps, like Google Play apps. Like so from
Now that
from
the screenshot I sent you was
yeah,
from
yeah.
a Huawei phone,
So
a Chinese phone. Now I don't
still they're
know.
using Google services. So from this screenshot that says device is not certified,
Yeah,
here it says that this device, if a device has this, the device won't have a Google Play Store app. Here's it. If your device isn't Play Protect services, Google doesn't have a record of the device Android compatibility that this
yeah,
results.
that applies to the screenshot I sent because that's from a Chinese phone, a Huawei
Yeah,
phone. They have the
yeah,
Huawei app store, but
yeah.
we don't
So,
we don't know if the guy with the Samsung has that same
mhm.
setting.
Well,
I would like to know that.
I don't know if we can access it. I don't know. Let me see. Like I've never heard of it, so let me see if we can have access to it and log it.
Mhm.
I'm not sure if we can log it. Yeah, there's nothing here. Well, I need to do more digging to see if I can log it. hmm
Okay, so Jerry, that guy got the app token invalid error, right?
The last one we looked at, yeah.
Okay, which is the same one the girl got on her Huawei phone, but this guy got it on a Samsung, but we don't know if it's because he doesn't have Google Play installed or if it's some other reason.
Correct. We don't know the exact reason. It just says app check failed.
Yeah. And I would like to know what that reason is.
So if a device is in play protected certificate, there's like some steps you can follow.
Mhm.
It seems like, and I don't know. Like, should we tell a user? Okay, this is complicated. Why using it? Okay, never mind. Device manufacturers work with Google. Says right now. I don't know. Go to settings. You need to get this device ID. Log in with your Google account. It's a lot of steps for a user to do. I mean, oh,
Really?
to
It's
get,
not just one toggle?
huh?
It's not just one switch you can toggle?
No, it's not. Like it's the steps that the user needs to go through. Yeah, I can see, and it's a lot. Like it's 9. The user needs to get this. I don't know where from. It says here about. He needs to go to this website, which is
Okay.
scary.
Okay. So, all right. So that's not
Yeah.
going to happen.
Yeah.
So we need an alternate way.
Um. Yeah. Also, I'm not sure if it's related. Well, I'm getting this app check token right now, so I'm debugging it to see what's going on.
Okay. Keep doing that.
Uh,
And Jerry, where are you looking at now?
Just more errors.
Yeah. The one we looked at on Samsung, what was his OS?
Pretty sure it was Samsung. Pretty sure it was 10. I can verify if it was this one.
Yeah, it is 10 right there. You passed it. It's
Well, let me see if it's the same person right here.
oh. But, yeah. So then the question is, how come he got to call Firebase?
No, I don't see anything here actually. I don't see.
But you said he got the auth token expired or not expired.
There's
Invalid.
a bunch of things. I'm just going between them.
And the
Mm,
guy
uh,
with Samsung, he's the one who got the auth token expired, right?
They're right. There was a Samsung that said app check not valid. Let
Okay,
me see.
you didn't know if he's on Android 10 or not.
Let me find that user again.
Just a quick question. Can we push, like, for South Africa, can we push a different version to only their region of the app?
That's a good question.
I think we can. Ooh, I don't know if that would like take us off of.
Do what now?
I don't know if that would remove us from the U.S. store, but I know you can target certain countries for a release, but I don't know if that removes the countries that you don't target.
Mm. I was thinking if we want to like test different authentication systems, if we can like, Firebase seems to be fine for the US, but it struggles globally. So
Mhm.
that's why I was thinking if we want to like
Yeah,
start
we had
testing.
like a lot of discussion about this, like maybe to do a different like auth for this user, but like we need the phone number, right?
Yeah.
Or Ismail, are you asking about like all
No,
them
my question is if we want to implement something and test it globally, not in the US. But so
I mean,
that because in the US it's stable, it's fine, it's working. Well, Firebase looks like it's struggling globally. If you want to start testing it slowly as we go, if you want to push it out, but I don't want it to affect the U.S. store. Only push it out to
well,
their
we don't
store.
for that. I don't think we need to do like push another app. So from the code
No,
we
I
can.
didn't say another app. I said a like for example, let's say version 80 or 90. We just push it to like the South Africa, not to the U.S. Play
I
Store or
see.
App Store. I don't know if that's an option or not.
And if it's an option, we're gonna show the user to authenticate with another service, for example.
Test out the water, see how it goes. Then eventually we'll have them all in sync if we decide on something. But I would say US is working fine. We don't touch it. Where, for example, in Africa, it's not. So if we kind of since it's already not working there, it's giving us a lot of problems. I think it will be worth the risk to try a new solution once we have it implemented. It's still going to take a week or two for us to implement it, obviously, but after it's done, I was thinking if we can target them alone without creating a new app. Obviously, it's just same app, just different versions.
Something to think about. It's gonna be a lot of work if we did something like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's something to think about. Again, if we can, we obviously want to try to have what we have work as soon as possible, but then later on, I feel like it might be able to save us a lot of headache
Yeah.
if I mean, a lot of people are saying just Firebase overall globally is not the best solution. It doesn't have the best success rates,
Yeah.
and we're obviously seeing that now.
Yeah. Let's keep investigating. I need more information.
Yeah.
So
And that being said, I'm freed up now. If you want to send any tasks my way.
yeah, maybe you could look into also OS 10 on your emulator. Amine was getting some issues. Maybe you could also identify any issues, particularly at the phone auth step. Try and find
So
like
they're on Android 10, you said?
yeah, on Android 10, it seems that the API is not getting called. We're not calling Firebase. It's just stopping right there, completely stopped.
And how do you know it's on? Is it just one user who had iOS 10 or OS 10, or do you see a pattern here?
It's a pattern.
It's a pattern, okay. And it doesn't even call the Firebase often.
No,
It's not that it fails; it doesn't even call it to begin with, right?
doesn't even call it.
So they're stuck after they enter their phone number and they click the arrow. What happens?
They hit the forward button and they don't go forward. In fact, it looks like the Lottie's not even playing. Like you know how the Lottie has like a spinner on the forward
Mm-hmm.
button, little dots spinning around. It looks like
Oh,
that's not even spinning.
I see. Okay. Um, okay. I'll look. And any patterns with specific Android or devices?
Not necessarily that we haven't gotten that far.
Okay.
So yeah, try just anything with an Android 10.
Okay.
See what happens for you.
And that one's very old, right? Android 10.
It is, but it's actually pretty common, I guess, on a lot of people's phones out there.
Yeah, I mean, probably they stop getting updates at if they're a lower end device because the new OS needs a lot of processing power.
Right.
Okay. Okay.
Where did you leave off there?
Yeah, this was Galaxy 9 Plus on Android 10.
Right. Okay. But now this user did get the Firebase was called for that user.
Right, this is the person that you said it failed the app check for.
Yeah, because it said it was
This,
invalid.
yeah.
Valid token. Yeah. Maybe we could not enforce it for a certain region. I don't know. Is that even possible?
No, it's all or none.
Mhm. Any way to trace where this user came from?
Um,
We have an IP address. I saw it up there.
yeah, we have their IP address. This was October 11th. I don't know if we don't have that information being tracked. I know some users they'll have the Google ad click ID.
Is that right?
Yes. Like I can see the click ID for these users. I don't know if this user was organic or not.
Probably not. Well, maybe because they could have clicked an invite link.
I ran their numbers across the database, like this number here.
Oh, I see.
I ran it against the database to see if an invite existed.
How many did you do that with?
I did 10 so far, and I explicitly tested the ones that did not come in through an ad click,
Okay.
and I could not find any of them linked to an invite.
Well, they got here somewhere. And the only real two possibilities are an ad, click, or an invite.
Mm-hmm.
So something broke there. Like it's
What
not.
version is this? This is.
Does it not report here because we didn't authenticate them?
I don't know if this was. I think we started doing this in 83, not 79.
Okay, this guy's on 79. This is yeah. Wait a minute. Yeah, that's not going to help us a lot.
Yeah,
Let's-
see on 83, you can see here this GCL ID. We know this person came in from an ad.
This person did come in from an ad, and did they get an invalid token or nothing at all after entering their phone number?
This is a Huawei phone, so probably
Probably nothing at all.
a problem. I don't see an error here, so then we go and we bring it over to Firebase.
Also, is that OS 10? Yeah, I think I saw 10.
Yeah. Oh, and Firebase was called and a code was sent.
This one had a code sent.
Yep.
I thought we filtered out ones with a code.
I can't do that.
How did you come across this guy?
I just go through the list. I go through the users that their last event is phone number input completed.
I see. So they got a code.
This person got a code. Yes.
And when but they didn't enter the code?
Correct.
They probably never got it. Hmm. This would be another one to ask. Send that phone number to Danny and ask him if they got an auth code. The guy has a name on here? No, wait. Do we get his name?
Yeah, I got their name.
Send his name too with it, please.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Let's look at more. So that guy came in from an ad.
Yep.
Got an auth code, we think. Like, do we have a confirmed delivery or just like
We don't do confirmed delivery on SMS.
okay, but according to what you see, it's sent to
Yes.
him.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Go for this one.
Maybe we should be using WhatsApp for the auth codes. Maybe not. I don't know.
Let's see. Yeah, no, we can't set up WhatsApp.
What do you mean? With Firebase, we can't?
Correct.
Okay.
These are what you have available.
Yeah, I was able to download Android 10 on my emulator. Let me see if I can reproduce the problem.
Okay. Or any problems would be good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so let's look at some more.
Mhm.
That was OS 11, right?
Yeah, 13.
13. Let's see. Okay. So it's got 13. And was it a Samsung or what? What
I-
Hisense? What's up, Amine?
He's on Canet drop for now.
Yeah, if there's any way you can be helping us with some of this stuff, we need all hands on deck. So tomorrow, can you think
Okay.
about how you can provide
Yes.
assistance? I want everybody engaged on these issues until they're resolved.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Sounds good.
Yeah.
We'll see
Yeah. Definitely. I will.
you. Thanks.
Thanks.
That's interesting. This one says that they tried to enter the SMS code and just said the verification code has expired, but they tried to send it. They tried to enter it like 6 minutes later.
Interesting. Okay. So some of these are going to be some user error, which is fine.
Yeah, I'm interested why I don't see it here.
Right.
Or if they like closed the app and like came back a few minutes later.
It would still have a chain.
Yeah, still have a chain.
So this is all good parts of our investigation that may be showing we cannot rely on just these logs right here. Like perhaps we are missing part of the picture.
Danny said that the number that you want him to reach out to is not on WhatsApp.
It's not on WhatsApp.
See that in the Firebase?
What about Firebase logs?
If the code was even sent, maybe you guys already did that.
Yeah, the number that you got, it appears the number was sent. We don't have confirmed delivery because it doesn't do that with Firebase, but supposedly a code was sent
Okay,
to that number.
maybe I could
Okay.
text it.
Yeah. What were you saying to me?
Yeah, saying like I asked ChatGPT, I shared with ChatGPT like our setup for the object, the settings, and some documentation what things mean for object. The bottom line it says, in short, you're not doing something wrong. It's just like we're having it to be strict. Like our object is very strict.
How do you know that? Like what setting is
Yeah,
there for
it's
that?
in here. I'm sharing my screen. Where is it? It's by this because it says, see how it says requires app integrity app level play recognized.
I don't see your screen. One sec. Let me see if I can get it. Maybe Jerry, you could stop sharing, but don't stop digging, Jerry.
Okay.
Keep getting all the information you can get.
Mhm.
Okay, I can see your screen now. I mean,
So this is in our settings in the Firebase, and this is checked, and it says require app integrity label they recognize. So we're so this label is required to pass the app check,
Hmm.
and from here the play recognized means what does it mean play recognized for the user to? Where is it? It's only granted when installed from Google Play and user's signature match package and yeah, users installing it and they should be having this match. Another thing that it's not what is it
and we don't really need it that strict because we have the Twilio phone number carrier check.
exactly, that's what I was about to say. So so and also like users who sideload the app would not be able to have this recognized play recognized if their device is rooted uncertified devices. This is
Okay.
what we have with
Okay.
this user like
Um,
so
okay, great. Okay.
we can like not make it this strict.
Yeah. Okay, great. And it's been this strict the whole time. It wasn't just when we started enforcing the token, right?
Yeah, I would say yeah. I would say yes.
Okay. So that may explain a lot. Maybe okay. Now, does this mean we can do it back end or we need a whole new build?
No, well, I don't think we need the whole bit. This just from the dashboard, like Firebase dashboard.
That's great. Okay, let's try it.
Yeah, that's well,
Good.
before like
Yeah.
let me see if I do not this like minimum access of the device, don't explicitly check device in there. Let's do just basic because like here it says don't explicitly check. I don't know what they mean by that. Don't explicitly check device integrity level.
Well, click on that little question mark right up above. Right there.
The minimum required device in the integrity of the device is based on how well it can enforce app integrity for it to work more.
Hmm.
There's this section, yeah.
Let's make it a little more loose anyway, just because we do have the carrier check.
Yeah, we have a carrier check. And again, the app check is not like for the phone number.
That's true.
It's just
But
like
actually, let me ask Jerry a question real quick. If we do loosen this up, Jerry, I don't know if you were following it, but will we be subject to that you suspected a guy injected code? Um, will we be unprotected again by unchecking this?
I think so. Yeah, that was kind of the point. Or is that the capture that we was trying to set up? Did we set up that capture?
this is not related. Well, we
Basic
don't control the
integrity.
captcha. Like the captcha is there, but we don't control it. It's all really it's all app check, you know? It's like we don't like directly control it. It's the app check that's decides based on your settings.
Okay.
So this is separate from that other kind of capture.
What other kind of captcha? Like
Go back to the Alt tab in Firebase.
this?
Yeah, go up. Oh, sorry. Go to the
Oh
authentication.
yeah, inside here.
Mm-hmm. Settings.
Fraud prevention. We did not enable this. So
Mm-hmm. See, this is what we need to set up to prevent that.
setting for a captcha that first 5 is authentication. Maybe we'll loosen the app check and enable this.
Mm, maybe so. Yeah. If that's something that we can set up without. Right.
Yeah, and remember that guy who was like having like a nightmare version, like a nightmare story with enabling this. And I'm not even to if I press and
Yeah,
here
yeah,
this
that's a no go back, right?
yeah, it was like there's no go back from this.
Right. We don't want that, right?
Yeah, unless like we get someone from Firebase to tell us more about it. Like what if we because like there's some documentation, but like not like with the like
Yeah.
documentation just like how if things are working, you know. There's
Yeah.
no documentation for if things are wrong and
Right.
yes and
So
also means nothing.
yeah, I think we should not do that.
But like from here the chat GPT was like we're having it strict and it was like saying stuff like he was able to say like uncertified like he was able to get that what is it it was exactly that where is the uncertified here is it device is not passing play process certification
Yes.
it was able to get that and it was like if users are not
Okay.
they still get this token it's either side loaded we know they are not side loaded
Yeah.
rooted yeah they're not from Sentry they say it's not rooted and or on device is not passing. And this is what we have with that user.
Yeah. Okay. So let's loosen the requirement.
Okay, let me before I do that, I'll go with ChatGPT a little bit more, understand what's like. I need to understand this and this, like other stuff. Well, and then we'll listen it to the one that
Okay,
need
perfect.
it.
Okay, sounds good.
As he does that, I have a question about that forward thing. The user who clicked forward, what happened? Sorry, when he clicked on that forward button, can we see if amplitude registered it as a click?
It did, right? I mean, because the phone input complete is the click.
Yeah, yeah, it is. Yeah, it's in the click.
The phone input complete is at the API.
It's supposed to call the API after Firebase. Or sorry, yeah,
You
it's
look
supposed to
into
start
my.
calling Firebase
Yeah,
right away.
yeah, Ismail, are you following me? Like if you
Yeah.
look to my screen. So this is the button.
Uh-huh.
When you press on the button, we
Yeah.
have some code going on. We show the alert, and there's
Mm-hmm.
some stuff. And before doing the Firebase call, we do this event. Phone number input completed.
Mm-hmm.
So you can say that phone number input completed input to the event. It's equal to user pressed on a button, the forward button.
Correct.
If I go to this, you can see it's on the next forward, which is the forward button.
Mm-hmm.
And
So that was
we,
registered.
yeah, it's registered. And it's, you can see there's no more code. This is the sign in with phone number.
Mm-hmm.
So after the tracking, it should be calling the function. If we go inside the function, let's go inside. There's, let me go find it. This is the function. There's nothing else. We set the state to true for the
Mm-hmm.
loader and we call the API. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's nothing more.
Okay. And that didn't get triggered, the API, the
Yeah,
op,
this didn't trigger the
but
API.
everything else did get triggered.
Yep.
Okay,
This
got it.
this line of code, it seems like it's not triggered. Like
Okay.
not we don't see it as a loader or not. But let's say this whole function is not triggered. Like for some reason, I don't know why.
Mm, okay. Okay.
Now, I'm finding a couple. I found a couple that the um the send verification code was not called from Firebase, but I see like get reCAPTCHA config was called. So it's like we're able to communicate with Firebase, but it looks like the auth code was never requested. Now I don't know what screen they would have ended up on a session replay if they just were on that modal.
Which user was that again?
Oh, this is just somebody.
Just a minute. Okay. So they got to that step and Firebase was not called.
Yeah, I don't see Firebase called. I see like the get reCAPTCHA config. That's usually called right before, or not like immediately before, but it's called like whenever you get around that step.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But send verification code wasn't called.
Right. And this is a different guy than the one we started with?
Yeah.
Okay. So you have another confirm. Is it Android 10?
14.
Interesting. But it does sound like these restrictions, well, it did sound like from what ChatGPT was saying, it's more applying to Android 10 and cheaper phones.
Mm-hmm.
But you found an OS 14 where Firebase was not called.
Yes.
That deepens the mystery. Okay, keep that one in a bucket. I want to keep putting these in a bucket, and I want to find a common thread between them.
Yeah, that's what I was doing with this one.
Cool. Okay, great. Let's get a few more, and then we should have a reasonable sample to examine what is common between them. I mean, like obviously they have internet connection, they downloaded the app, they got through those steps. So what makes the call fail? Like it's not even failing, it's just like not even calling.
Oh, here's another.
Okay, good. And in amplitude, starting with the one you just said before this one, that one had phone input complete in amplitude. Interesting.
So I'm doing.
Right.
This is a techno phone.
Okay.
Is the modal hurting? I just.
It's not even a modal at that point. Well, let me think. Actually, that's a good question for Amine. Is there a modal at that button press?
Yeah, the model that says cool and send in the text message.
No, that modal didn't appear on session replay.
What
But
user?
you don't see that. That modal wouldn't happen until after the API call, right?
Wait.
No.
What are we talking about? The same user we're talking about, like from the
Yeah.
beginning.
Yeah, I got it.
That model was there for that users that says cool. I'm texting you.
Yeah.
Send it.
That's
It
right.
was there for that user.
That modal does come instantly.
We don't call Firebase until they click OK on that modal.
What? No. No.
I just
What?
asked me that earlier this morning.
No. Why? Does it have to be that way? I mean, wait, can you verify that? Because we're losing valuable time. They're reading the modal. Like we want them to take a few seconds. That's the whole point of the modal, is to buy time. Is that right? I mean, we don't call Firebase till they click OK. That's impossible because we removed that modal. What happened then?
Well, if we did remove it, then we need to call it just immediately.
Yeah, I don't know what we did. I mean, you might be muted or something because I can't hear you. I think we lost Amine's audio. Amine, are you there? The universe doesn't want us to solve this problem. Okay, well, we'll wait for Amine to get his audio fixed. But you're certain of that, Jerry, that Firebase is not called until they click OK.
Let me see if I can pull up the code. Let's see.
Well, you don't have to do all that. I mean, he's probably looking to do it right now. What made you think that?
I asked him because the error always happens after the modal to OK is sent.
But there is no error. There's just nothing.
What's that?
There's no error. There's just nothing happens.
Well, depends on what it is.
Yeah, we're not going to focus on any of the errors. Those ones are a different case. Just the ones where they press the forward button, which means phone input complete, and then there's nothing happening at that point. But there is a modal. Amine's right about that. Like that modal appeared. So something happens. The modal shows up, but Firebase doesn't get called.
Let's see. No, I'll check the code. I don't Actually, it looks like that we are. Yeah, Firebase is getting called without pressing OK.